everybody. Welcome to In a Perfect World. Welcome to this new series of In a Perfect World. I was about to get back into my regular intro. If you're new here, my name is Carmen Renee, and this is my little corner of the internet where I like to uplift and motivate people to be the best versions of themselves. So, before we get into this video, I have a quick question. Have you ever been on social media? Let's say you were on TikTok, you were on Twitter, almost forgot my roots. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and you found yourself looking at somebody's post, scrolling, and you say to yourself, "Ooh, I wish I was more of that. I wish I was less of this. I wish I could afford this. I'll never be able to have this." In this first episode of my solo series, I wanted to touch on something that I feel like is really eating away at people's minds. Like, the lights are not on upstairs eating at people's minds, and that is social media. Now, I don't know if it's because I've been doing my own research or what, or if I just been on social media too long, but social media has been so boring to me lately, like severely boring. Open up the app, close it back out, go to another app. It's the same stuff, close that out. So it's really a vicious cycle. With that being said, like, I had my fair share of the internet. Like, I played outside, but I also had the internet. I saw social media grow, but I'm also not an an iPad baby. So I'm like right in the middle. I can see both sides of the coin. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few observations that I found about social media and really why you shouldn't let it affect your life. Like, social media can make us feel like we're missing out on stuff, or we need more of this, we need more of that. But we should really appreciate the stuff that we have, because you could wake up one day, and I've experienced it. You can wake up one day and all that stuff be gone. Now, I'm not going to say all that stuff like I've hit rock bottom, because I haven't, but just appreciating the stuff that's in front of you, because it can literally be gone in a heartbeat. So let's get into this video. Okay, the first thing that I noticed when it comes to social media is two things, actually. Well, it's more than two things, but I'm about to share two things with you. Okay, first things first, social media is pressuring us to do stuff that we don't want to do, or stuff that takes a long time to do. And there's nothing wrong with that, but social media glorifies getting it done fast. Stuff that's supposed to take, years, decades even. So starting with the first thing, social media is pressuring us to do stuff that we don't want to do. Now, we live in a society where everybody is an entrepreneur. Everybody got a business, whether you sell intangible things or whether you sell intellectual property. Y'all just learned that word. I'm taking media law. Yeah, everybody has their thing. But at the end of the day, everybody doesn't want to do that. Like, entrepreneurship is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental draining. Like, I can't step out the house and do simple things without thinking about, what am I going to do next for my podcast? Or it's not good enough, or I can never let up. It's just stuff like that. It can be really draining. Whereas some people just want to go home and relax and not think about work. And there's nothing wrong with that. I take my job, for example. I ain't going to say, too much. But at my job, I don't want to be the one that people go to when they got a problem. Saying that to say, being the boss, you have the answers. You have to have the answers for every single thing. So people going to come to you with their problems. People going to come to you with their negativity. And it can be a little draining. So, boom. Social media is pressuring people to be bosses. You don't want to be a boss? That's okay. And another thing that I hate is, I'm laughing at it because I kind of fell into the trap. And that's the beauty of this podcast, is like, even though I'm putting y'all on game and I'm sharing, my observations and stuff like that, I'm not perfect. I fall into all these same traps. Like, social media really be eating me up, y'all. Y'all have no idea. But another thing that social media promotes is the idea that once you start this business, you're going to make it back like that. No, you're not. Unless you get lucky. Unless you go viral on TikTok, then you might. But it's like a known fact that most businesses don't profit until 2 or 3 years in. A lot of people don't stick that 2 or 3 years out. And now what are you looking at? You looking at what I'm looking at. You looking at a lot of inventory, and it's just a lot. Again, going back to myself, I've been podcasting for I started February 2023. I was having a brain fart. Started 2023, And I am not making money from my podcast yet. This is also for documentation purposes. But it just goes to show you, like, I've invested so much and I haven't seen anything back yet. Besides, opportunity and just getting able to network with people. I've been able to travel to New York to do my podcasting. So yeah, you have to really love it at the end of the day. And social media is not going to make you love it. You either got a passion for it or you don't. It's in you, not on you. Moving to point B, and before we get into point B, let me just say, y'all, like, I feel very personable right now. Like, this, I've made a lot. I've been doing YouTube since 2019, and this is just one of the most openest, freest, coolest, calmest videos that I've ever made. Like, I really feel connected. But moving to point B, social media is rushing our timeline. I really don't know how to word it, but I know what I'm trying to say. And this is where I had to rewire my brain a little bit very recently. Like within the last week, y'all, I had to snap back out of it. But yeah, so I'm going to start with retirement, for example. I don't know where I got this idea that, I was going to retire by like 30 or 35. But I'm using that example because one is I just went through it. And two, a lot of people don't retire until 64. 64 is average retirement age. Not gonna lie to y'all, that's a little late for me, but I can be a little more realistic than 30. I'm 21. I'm about to be 22. Can I really expect to have enough money to last me throughout the rest of my life at 30? Think about that, Carmen. Think about that if you're watching this. Like, while it can be done, I will never say never. While it can be done, majority of people don't do that. So I'm literally 21 at work at my big girl job, trying to figure out, wow, I don't want to be 30, 40, 50 working. And then I realized I was an adult. Like, I just got to tighten up. I was really giving myself a hard time and just telling myself, like, you got to go harder, trying to reach a goal that's just very far left, to say the least. All in all, it was causing me unnecessary stress and just putting me in a bad mood, trying to do, 50 and 60-year-old things while I'm 20 and 30 years old. Like, why am I trying to retire 3 times earlier than the set age? If I could do it 1 time earlier, I'd be fine. Average retirement age is what? 64. If I could get a cool 45, I would be content. The third thing I noticed is that you never ever get the full story on social media. You never get the full story. Very rarely do you get the full story out of people when they share their testimonies and stuff like that. For example, I was talking to this guy and I was doing research. I was being a creep. But aren't we all creeps? Just a little bit. If you say no, you're lying. Anyway, I was being a creep, going through this man's likes. And I saw that he was liking, this same girl picture. I'm like, bruh, no, who is this, babe? I thought we had something. Come to find out, it was the man's sister. Now, I know you like, what did this got to do with the story? It just goes to show you, like, don't assume what you see on social media, because you're going to drive yourself crazy, and driving myself crazy is what I was doing. It may have been something slight, but y'all get the point I'm trying to make. I'm a changed person now. Like, I do my research, but at the end of the day, people going to do what they want to do. I say all of that to say, please don't take social media serious, y'all. Like, I be seeing some posts and then I know people in real life and I be like, that's not what you told me. That is not what you told me. Tell the people what you told me. But I sit back and I let people do them. But honestly, the worst thing you can do is look at somebody else's page, somebody else's reel, story, video, and compare what you have. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what that person did to get there. Now, that can be a negative or it can be a positive thing. Negative, I'm going to just start there because that's where everybody's mind went probably. We know that with this Me Too movement and Epstein, Weinstein, more recently Diddy, Quiet on Set, that it take a lot to get into these industries, depending on how big you want to be. If you haven't watched Quiet on Set, go see that. It's really good, really well put together, and it was very, I don't want to say entertaining, but it was informative. And the last thing, this is really, probably should have made this the second because it's so important, but I guess we saved the best for last. These relationship ideology, thought processes, ideas that y'all got, y'all gotta let that go. Every other week on Twitter, I'm seeing, y'all going 50-50 with a man? Is this a date? Y'all going out with a man if he... Now, it's nothing wrong with a friendly debate, but I feel like a lot of y'all are making these Justin LaBoy and Hollywood Unlocked and Shade Room posts y'all reality. And what's the title of this video? Hold on. What's the title of this video? Social media is not real. Social media is not real, which means the posts that you see, the comments that you see, it might come from real people, but please believe me, a lot of these people, let me put my headphones back on. People just trying to get top comment. People are trying to get clout, reposted. It's all a game. It's all a facade. It's a matrix. And it's funny that I use a matrix because I've never seen the movie. And this all goes back to social media making you not appreciate the things in front of you. Because, bruh, if you like him, go out with him. If you like her, go out with her. Why are you letting Instagram tell you that Cheesecake Factory is not a date? So that's just the personality aspect of it. Like, social media has made people very materialistic. I know y'all seen this video. It was a video of the girl saying, how much she's supposed to spend on the first date. She's talking about $500. I've been with my dude almost 2 years, and I still cannot imagine going out and spending, $500 on one night. Like, that's just too much. But then again, it depends on the person. Bro. Yeah, materialistic things. You and your man supposed to go out on a vacation every 6 weeks, and it's supposed to be out of the country. It's supposed to be stamped passports, this, that, and the third. That stuff is cute, but that stuff is not real life. People have responsibilities. People have car notes. People have mortgages. People have kids. Oh, people have kids. So, just appreciate what you have. I cannot stress that enough. Just appreciate what you have. Be glad that you got one off the market and they not wasting your time. Don't let social media mess up what you got. Okay, no. And the very, very last thing, I didn't have this in my notes, but this is something that I really struggled with middle and high school, is FOMO, fear of missing out. And what that entails is really you're living in your phone. I know, at least for me, I was living in my phone, seeing, oh, this person is together, these people hanging out, these people at this event. And it just really made me feel some type of way about myself, like I wasn't included. But I was included. Like, it's the craziest thing, because I let it consume so much of me, because I wasn't in that exact present moment. It did something to me. Like, I was severely lonely. Y'all, I'm talking through this video and I'm really like, maybe I should delete my social media. I clearly can't handle it. But fear of missing out. What I mean by that, live on the outside world at some point. It can really just mess with your mental. Live on the outside world. Take your own pictures. Go out. Do your own thing. And no, this is only a moment in time. This moment will pass. And then you'll be with those people. It's not like I was looking at stranger stories and saying, oh, they're out. It's people that I knew. People that I literally probably saw the day before. So that just goes to show you what social media can do to your mind if you let it. It's really a mind game, y'all. What I say before? Matrix. And that's why social media is not real. And just personally speaking, y'all, I almost didn't go to college because social media was selling me a dream. That's really what it all boils down to. Social media was telling me, Carmen, if you do this, this, and this, you make a reel this day, and this day, you will be a millionaire. You won't need school. You won't need a job. You won't need this, that, and the third. And I'm grateful that I went to school. I'm grateful that my parents stayed on me about that, because even at the end of school, I don't know what I want to do. I'm very like wishy-washy when it comes to that. I feel like I'm a jack of all trades. So everything is just appealing to me. I want to do everything. I want to be in front of the camera. I want to be behind the camera. I want to write the scripts. I want to style the person. Like I want to do everything. So social media will really sell you a dream and not show up with the dream when it's time to cash it in. Just remember I said it. Remember this moment. So that concludes the first episode of this solo series that I'm going to be doing. And I want to share with y'all something funny as well. Tomorrow when you see this video, hopefully it will be April 23rd. Do y'all know what today is? Let me get all this dust off of my iPad. Oh, don't look at my nails. It's Monday, April 22nd. This is a result of me stalling. This is a result of me putting it off because I was super scared. But now that I'm in front of the camera and I'm talking, it feels super, super natural. So I say all that to say thank y'all for making this natural for me. Thank y'all for giving me a platform to speak and share my opinions and my thoughts that I've never shared with anybody before. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'm really excited to do this series. It's going to be twice a month. So it'll be Carmen, and then it'll be guest. So 2 solo, 2 guests. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to share more content with you guys and see, where we are soon, where we are with this channel. Very excited. And it is also Earth Day. It's Perfect World Day, kind of. Next year, I'm going to have like a whole thing ready. I kind of dropped the ball on that one, but it is Perfect World Day. It is Earth Day. So happy Earth Day to all that celebrate. I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Peace.